And there were a variety of things that were happening there in the area of the courthouse that I think a lot of people wanted to keep secret. The days leading up to that deposition and the days following that deposition, he was looking around every corner. He had every reason to believe that there was a threat to his wife and daughter. You heard the testimony at the preliminary hearing that our client's statement was they were going to take or kidnap my wife and daughter. And that was a very real threat that the sheriff felt. And but there's a real husband, a real father, and a real human who was placed in a absolutely very delicate situation.
Guys, this is the bombshell interview just released by Anjanette Levy with Crime Fix. If you're not already a fan of hers, go over and check out her YouTube channel, and I'm certain you will be. She did a fabulous job tying this whole story together, in my opinion. And the attorney, Mr. Jeremy Bartley, he is brilliant. He dropped breadcrumbs to lead the community to exactly where he wants them to be, because he's aware that most of the community is already suspecting these things. Like I said, it was a fabulous interview. So let's get into it. And I want to know your thoughts. Absolutely. Let's go.
Body camera footage shows Stines being taken into custody.
Make sure there ain't no weapons or nothing now.
There ain't nothing in there, bro.
Yeah. Come on now. Right here, open up the back hatch. Come on.
You heard Stines tell the troopers to make sure there weren't any weapons in the back of the cruiser. He then talks a little bit more.
Y'all gonna leave me in here and let me die of easy talk? No, I can't get up in there. Come on now. Come on.
I'm gonna be in there, bro. I might have been there.
I can't. Yeah, man. I can't get in. These cuffs are way too tight. Come on now, guys. Come on now.
On the hour-long ride to the jail that's in another county, Stines practically sounds paranoid.
Come on now, guys. Make sure I get to the jail.
If you're not from Kentucky, you may not be familiar with this story. So Anjanette Levy does a great job of giving you the backstory, which is important. It's especially important for defense attorney Jeremy Bartley if he plans on using any type of insanity plea or crime of passion or anything like that. So she ties it together very neatly. That's upcoming. Also, the attorney is going to drop new details about why Mickey Stines was so paranoid and other things. So let's continue.
Now, days before the shooting, Mickey Stines had been deposed in a civil lawsuit filed by a woman named Sabrina Atkins. Atkins sued Letcher County after a former deputy named Ben Fields admitted to having sex with her when she was an inmate and he was supervising her on home incarceration. Atkins said she couldn't afford a GPS bracelet, so Fields offered to help her out in exchange for her having sex with him in Judge Mullins's chambers. Fields was charged criminally and served 6 months in jail, and he's supposed to be on probation for more than 6 years. Atkins told investigators with the Kentucky Attorney General's office that she saw videotapes of Judge Mullins having sex with women.
But you just saw the judge.
Right.
Do you know for sure that was the judge?
Yes.
I mean, how do you know that's the judge?
I've been in front of him. His face is pretty clear on there.
So did this lawsuit and what was happening in the courthouse play a role in Stines shooting Judge Mullins? His attorneys most certainly believe so. And as the sheriff involved with the sex for favors in the courthouse?
The civil suit, the only reason that our client was named in the civil suit, and we're not representing him in that, but he was named solely as the sheriff. And the allegation in that case was solely that he failed to train this Ben Fields, who was convicted of having these sexual relations with people on pretrial release in the same chambers where these acts occurred. But I've not seen anything that substantiates anything of that nature against our client.
We saw the body camera footage that was released that we obtained earlier this month. Your client seemed very paranoid in this footage. He's asking where they're taking him, all of this stuff. It almost sounded like he was afraid they were going to take him in the woods somewhere and do something to him, or that he was going to be taken somewhere. I mean, did he feel an imminent threat? And was it because of this lawsuit, about the sex in the courthouse and all of these allegations?
If you'd like a one-word answer, yes. Yes, he did feel threatened. In the
By
days
Judge
leading
Mullins?
up, he felt threatened by. I'm not going to say specifically who, but at this point, but he was concerned about if he said the wrong thing or if he had already said something that could cause people to want to retaliate against him, to cause harm to him or his family. Yes, he did feel that there was an imminent threat. And, is it related to the deposition? Well, in large part, yes. And about some of the things that were behind the veil were not operated the way they should be. I think there were a lot of things that he certainly would have been privy to, had been made aware of. And I think that there was a concern that what he might say in that deposition could be harmful to others. I think that this caused him severe distress. And I think you see a person in the body cam footage that you see a person who is completely outside of themselves, outside of the normal way that people were used to seeing the sheriff. And, the days leading up to that deposition and the days following that deposition, he was looking around every corner. He had every reason to believe that there was a threat to his wife and daughter.
I want you to kind of break down, Jeremy, what exactly you're looking for here with the criminal responsibility evaluation. I
do believe that his defense will in part rely upon a mental health defense.
I think this was a brilliant move by defense attorney Jeremy Bartley. In my opinion, I suspect that there are more people in Eastern Kentucky that believe the Good Old Boys Club does exist and that corruption is widespread. And this interview may have been just what it took to confirm their suspicions, in my opinion. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would appreciate it if you would like and share my video, help my little tiny channel grow. Specifically, I want to know, do you think that Stines was not involved in the sextortion scandal? Do you believe that Stines was legitimately afraid and fearful of his life or for his loved ones in that transport to jail? Also, do you think this interview helped his case? Comment below and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.